Well, Quebec's premier will visit areas hardest hit by flooding today as crews continue to search for two missing firefighters. CTV's Vanessa Lee joins us now live from Bay St. Paul, Quebec, with the latest developments. Vanessa, good morning. Let's start with the latest on the search for these two firefighters who were swept away by the current. What do we know about them and the resources being put in to find them?
Well, Beatrice, we can hear two helicopters that have been deployed by the Quebec Provincial Police as well as the Canadian Armed Forces off in the distance. And so really there is a full-scale search going on right now in the air. There are also divers in the water as well as search teams on all-terrain vehicles trying to scour as much ground as they possibly can. They are searching for two volunteer firefighters who are well known in the community. Régis Lavoie, who is in his 50s, as well as Christopher Lavoie, who is just 23 years old. And so really, certainly in speaking to people here, even people who have lost so much in these historic floods, they say that their number one concern right now is, of course, the safety of these firefighters. When we spoke to police yesterday, they said that they were still holding on to hope that they would still be found, despite the fact that they have now been missing since Monday afternoon, Beatrice.
Yeah, they're asking their families to keep that hope as well. I know the premier is going to be in that region. It's a stunning region of Quebec. I was there a couple of years ago in Charlevoix. What is, I guess, the purpose of his visit, Vanessa?
Well, he is here to assess the damage as well as to really lend his support to people here. And really, people can't believe it. You know, when we speak to people, they say that they're still in shock. They say that there, of course, has been flooding here before, but nothing of this magnitude. At its peak, the river, this is the river that runs through the town of 7,000 people. At its peak, the river had burst its banks and there was water all around us. So I'm just going to give you an example of the force of the water a couple of days ago. You'll see some cement blocks in front of me. That's where that deck and bar are supposed to be. But the water was so powerful, it lifted the deck and the bar really off the foundation here and carried it several meters away. Again, this is just really an incredible scene for people here who never expected anything of this magnitude. We haven't even really seen a lot of sandbags anywhere, and that really speaks to the fact that people were not expecting this. I spoke to the man who lives here, and he says that he's absolutely gutted. He says he broke down this morning because he isn't sure if he's going to be able to rebuild now that we've seen just how forceful the power of nature can be.
Certainly just devastating. CTV's Vanessa Lee reporting live from Bay St. Paul, Quebec. Thanks so much for this.